Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is part 24 video in VCP7 Data Center Virtualization 2020. And in this video we are going to see how to configure vCenter server file-based backup. So basically we can enable file-based backup in for the vCenter server appliance, which can take the backup or full configuration of your vCenter server appliance with the historical data and others data also. So basically, in case you lost your vCenter appliance, or maybe your vCenter appliance got corrupted, or anything goes bad with the vCenter appliance, and it's going to take long time to troubleshoot. Basically you can go to your previous file-based backup for the vCenter server appliance, and you can deploy that brand new vCenter server appliance with that using file-based backup, which can bring your vCenter server appliance running within less than 1 hour, and it's going to be fully operational. So file-based backup is most important thing when you have vCenter server appliance. I increase and recommend you to go ahead and enable the vCenter server appliance backup. So let's go and check. This is the demo environment which I am going to use in this video. So the first machine is Win2K12DC01. This is my Active Directory and DNS server, and my domain name is lefthandson.com, and this is running Windows Server 2012 R2 operating system. So you can see Active Directory and DNS role is running on this machine, and this is Win2K12 DC01, and my domain name is lefthandson.com. And my second server is vcsa 70, which is VMware vCenter Appliance 7, which is running inside my VMware workstation. You can see here, this is a basically appliance for which we are going to take the backup. And a part of this, I have 3 ESXi hosts: ESXi 01, 02 and 03, and this infrastructure. So ESXi 01, 02 and 03. So this is my infrastructure with one vCenter appliance with 3 ESXi hosts. So now this is my Windows 10 console machine from where I'm going to take the access of my vCenter server appliance. So let's log into vCenter first, just to verify what we have there. And I'm going to log into vCenter server appliance also. This is going to be your vCenter server name and port 5480. So in my vCenter, you can see I got my clusters, 3 SXI hosts, and everything up and running. So we have configured this environment in last videos. So if you want to check out how to configure this whole infrastructure, you can go and check out. So this is my vCenter server, which having basically 2 virtual machines, one template and one virtual machine, and this is my appliance. So if I go here on the home page, you can see last file-based backup not scheduled. So means we are not taking the backup file-based backup for this appliance. So I'm going to configure now. So I have logged into my vCenter server appliance management, and you can see with the administrator account. And if I go to backup, you can see I have tested backup for SMB, so which got successfully. So for example, now I have disabled that configuration, and so we can go ahead and create a brand new configuration. So to configure the schedule backup, you need to click on configure, and then you need to type the path. So you can basically use anything, FTP, HTTPS, SFTP, NFS, SMB, and HTTPS. So SMB is most common thing which we can use, so I'm going to use the SMB. So this is my share folder name, which is vCenter backup on this 101, which is my Active Directory server. So I'm going to create this folder on this server. So I'm going to create in my C drive, and going to share this folder so it can be accessed by vCenter server appliance. I'm going to give access to everyone for full control, and you definitely can basically customize this permissions, who can access or not. So I'm going to give myself account access. So I recommend you to go ahead and use only service account here, so it cannot be locked or something, and it's have password never expire. So I'm going to take it back of 9 p.m. every day. So this is set, and you can set the encryption password. So in case someone copied your vCenter server backup, he's not be able to use it, because he's not going to have the encrypted backup password. So the thing, number of backup, how much backup you want to retain for this vCenter server backup. So you can retain all backup, or you can retain like whatever you need. So I'm going to, for example, going to use for 15 days backup I'm going to retain. And what you want to take, inventory and configuration, and also you can backup this stats, event and tasks. So just go ahead and click on create. So now this will create a job. Here you can see this is the job which we have configured. And now let's run this backup job manually. So when you click on this backup, now it will give you option to use the backup location and user from the backup schedule. So you can see now. So I'm going to type my password and encryption password here, and then we are going to go to run the backup. So now it's going to take some time to give you the estimated size of the configuration. So total size, you can see the total compressed size is going to be 270 MB. So I'm going to click on start. Also you can give the description optional. So now you can see it's going to say manual backup, and this is the path where the backup is going to be stored. So this path is important because when we are going to restore the virtual machine, we need this path to be placed in the upgrade path. So we'll take this path, note it down. So just you can see it's going 2% approx completed, and if I go here, you can see no folder, no file is created inside that particular folder which we have assigned for the backup, because at the backend it's going to be prepared for the backup what needs to be taken, and then it's going to be transferred to the backup location. So now you can see 10% is completed, and message you can see backup data transmission is in progress. So now if I go there, you can see inside the vCenter backup we got vCenter folder, and inside that we got our serial number of our vCenter server FQDN, and then we got the backup folder where all the backup is. You can see all the backup files is here. So config underscore file, which having all the configuration file, and you can see all file type is ENC, which means the all backup is encrypted. So this is good. So now if I go here, you can see the backup is completed, and you can see the time and other details. So I'm going to run one more backup just to show you how the second backup is going to look like. So now second backup is started. You can see DB health check is in progress, and this is based on your database size, how much time it's going to check. So when it's going to take the backup, it's going to make sure your database is healthy, because it's taking the backup of your DB also. So you can see database full backup. This is the database full backup file. So it's have everything basically. So now it's going to take some time. So I want to copy this path so we can use this path during the restore of the backup. So I'm going to save it here. You can see the format of the name, location of the file which we are going to use. So you can see second backup is coming here. You can see the timestamp here for the backup, and this backup is also going to be complete soon. So you can see now it's completed. So now if I go here, you can see everything is good, and if I refresh this page and go to summary, you can see the last file backup status is also going to show here. So you can make sure from the console that your last backup is got successful or not. So this is good thing. So this is all about how to configure vCenter Server Appliance File-Based backup. So in next video we are going to restore it, and we will see how this backup is going to save our life in case of vCenter server got bad or got lost, or having some other issues which can't be like fixed. So you need to restore the backup from the file-based backup. So we'll see that thing in next video. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe me for more videos. And if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post them in my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.